Hello, welcome back to my homeschooling channel. My name is Julie. I am a mom and a teacher, and my goal is to make high quality homeschooling easy for you and fun for your children. So today we're going to dive into how to homeschool as a Latina mom. So if you're a Latina mom, stick around because we're about to go into the dynamics and the magic behind Latina homeschooling. There are many different setups that you can have being a Latina mom homeschooling. So the first one is that perhaps you're a Latina mom and your partner or your children's dad is North American or from a different background. And so in this scenario, this is a great setup for your child because he will or she will be exposed to two different cultures, which is really awesome. But you have the responsibility as a Latina parent or the Latino parent to make sure that culture gets passed on to your children and this language gets passed on to your children. Another setup that you can have is you can be a Latina mom who is bilingual, so you grew up learning English and you are in Latin America somewhere, Mexico or Colombia or Ecuador or Peru or anywhere else where you have the opportunity to learn English, and now you're raising a child and you're homeschooling, or maybe you're complementing their education at home and you want to be able to include both languages. Another alternative is that you are a Latina mom who moved to a North American country or to an English speaking country, and so you're all in this new culture and you know that they will learn English from interacting with the community, but you want to make sure that you do your part in them learning Spanish and them learning the culture, because I think education, bilingual education, is not just bilingual education, it's bicultural education. I think, at least for Latina moms, it's not just our language that we want to pass down, it's also our culture, because our culture is so rich and it makes us who we are and it makes us unique to the world. I'm sure if you're a Latina mom, you probably want your child to have a taste of what that culture really is like. Okay, so the first tip that I'm gonna give you if you're homeschooling as a Latina mom is that you include stories in both languages. So let's say you are telling the story of the hungry caterpillar. We actually have that in our curriculum at HomeschoolToGo, and we include the hungry caterpillar in English, and then we also include it in Spanish. So that way children are listening to both languages at the same, not at the same time, but simultaneously. So instead of doing the story in English right after the story in Spanish, what I like to do is for them to get a real sense of the culture is I separate the days. So one day I'll do the entire lesson plan in English, and then the next day I'll do the entire lesson plan in Spanish, and that way it will be like an immersion experience of, oh, this is what it would be like to go to school or to learn in a Spanish speaking country, and this is what it would be like to learn in an English speaking country, you know, kind of give them that experience that is more immersive. For this, I use books in both languages. I also use movies in both languages. I always try not just to take a North American movie and play it in Spanish, but also try to find movies that talk about Latin American culture, movies made by filmmakers who are Latin American. I think that's important in creating that diversity at home. Another thing that I like to do is I introduce the same topics in two languages simultaneously. So if we're learning about even and odd numbers in English, then the next day we'll be learning about even and odd numbers in Spanish. And that way they're able to associate what the concepts mean in a different language while they're also repeating, and repetition is important. Practice makes perfect, or so they say. Another thing that I like to include in my homeschooling is culture. So I like to show them songs, art, cuisine from Latin America, and as well as songs, cuisine, and art from North American cultures, so that they see the difference between these different countries around the world. I'm sure if you're a Latina mom, you're not going to be able to explain to them the culture of every single country in Latin America. You'll just stick to your own because that's the culture that matters the most. But then let's say you're in Colombia and you want them to learn English, so you want to show them a little bit about what it's like for English speaking people in North America. So you want to show them some of the staples of that culture through the music, the cuisine, the art, right? Or alternatively, you are a Latina mom living in the United States and you are from Colombia like me, and so you want to show them what are the dishes that you used to eat as a child, or what are the songs that your friends back home in Colombia are loving, you know? So you want to show them those two sides of the world. Finally, the last thing that I recommend for Latina moms who are homeschooling is to try to get a pen pal. So wherever you are in the world, if you want to help them learn about the culture in a different country, let's say Guatemala, and you have friends there or you have relatives there, you can get them a pen pal. It doesn't matter if they're not the exact same age. It's better if it's the exact same age, because then they're learning similar things at the same time, and at school they can show each other what they're learning. Actually, through HomeschoolToGo, what we do is we have a pen pal program. So each one of our families is connected with somebody doing the same program who is somewhere else in the world. So it's really cool. They send their work to each other and they send photos of their family and a little bit about their culture. And I find this to be really enriching experience for the children. So if you're not taking a program, you can still find a pen pal, provide that experience for your child. That is everything for today. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe for more tips for high quality homeschooling that is easy for you and fun for your children. Take care.